The action economy in Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition is a familiar topic. The basic idea is that having more actions in combat means a higher chance that a player or monster will score a hit. It is basically the notion that even a blind squirrel will eventually find a nut. Since most armor classes are lower than 22, and most players and creatures get at least a +2 to hit, every roll is filled with potential. This contrasts with 3rd edition, where armor classes in the high 20s or low 30s and bonuses of +1 were more common. A paladin with full plate armor and a shield could stand all day in a field being attacked by a badger and only get hit about 5% of the time, when the badger rolled a nat 20. And even then, confirming the crit would be hard, so the paladin would take 1d2 minus 1 damage. If the combatants have roughly equal armor classes and attack bonuses, the mathematics of combat dictate that whoever attacks the most will hit the most and win. While a solid concept, it can lead to DMs needing to swamp parties with foes to balance the combat. More recent books, such as Volo's, Mordenkainen's, and Fizban, include a variety of low-level combatants with multiple attacks, which does balance the action economy for minions. Roll forcing is a spin on the action economy. The idea of roll forcing is that a side that causes more dice to be rolled is going to have the edge. Just as action economy increases the probability that something will hit, roll forcing either increases the chance, as with advantage, decreases the chance, as with disadvantage, or brings up the possibility that something will go badly wrong, as with saves. Roll forcing is already obvious in spells such as Fireball, which does not care what the proficiency bonus is, or what the size of the room is for that matter, but relies on foes failing their dexterity saves. Attacking at night and giving foes without dark vision disadvantage is a classic goblin tactic that makes sure roll forcing works well. And the spell Stinking Cloud does no damage, but by forcing a constitution save for anyone in the cloud, it wreaks havoc. The number of actions does not go down, but some creatures will spend that action retching and not rolling dice. Spells that blind enemies grant an extra dice roll to attackers and force an extra one on the blinded, doubling the rates of hit and doubling the rates of misses in favor of whoever is doing the blinding. A skilled DM or player can calculate the probabilities of success and failure and use roll forcing to make what appears to be a simple combat turn into a very tough one, but not always necessarily increasing the risk of a total party kill. As a DM, use spells or conditions that force your players to roll extra dice. Enemies that force a lot of saving throws add an element of danger to the standard all-you-can-beat buffet. Make your players think on how to give themselves advantage, and allow your smarter foes to give themselves advantage. As a player, especially as a caster, be a team player by giving your allies advantage on rolls. Add some chaos by playing a wild magic sorcerer and casting Fireball on the group, or maybe don't do that at all. Put some minions in a muddle with spells that leave them reeling on failed saves. There are also spells and effects that put player characters to sleep, paralyze them, or petrify them. While something to cause fear among your team, check the vibe at your table before leaving a player to stack dice instead of rolling them for a turn. As a player, of course, check to see whether your local paladin's deity will let them murder a sleeping kobold. And as always, choose the effects and spells that bring the most fun and suspense and the best story to your table. Thank you.